Okay, hello. Hey gamers, it's me back at it again with a new YouTube video. And this isn't a 60 card format, this is Commander. This is a Commander Precon Reconstruction around Bellow, Bard of the Brambles. As soon as I saw this card be spoiled, I knew I was going to build a Commander deck around it. My boyfriend and I just love raccoons, and we constantly send raccoon pictures to each other throughout the day. And so I was just so excited when I saw this card, and I saw that it was quite powerful. It's 3 mana, red and green, legendary creature, Raccoon Bard. During your turn, each non-equipment artifact and non-aura enchantment greater than 4 mana is a 4/4 elemental creature in addition to its other types, and has indestructible, haste, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So basically, it animates all of your value artifacts and enchantments, and puts a real clock on your opponents while also providing you a really good source of card advantage. So this card is really powerful, and when I saw the way that Wizards had built the deck, I felt like it wasn't as powerful as it could be, and I wanted to really amp up the power level and make Bellow as powerful as one could make it reasonably. I don't want to be shelling out too much money, but I think that this is a pretty powerful version of Bellow, and I wanted to share it with both Paris, my boyfriend, and anyone else who is trying to build the commander deck to have some inspiration. So, pregame actions. Before we even start with this deck, I need to talk about the pregame actions. So, we're playing all 6 of the ley lines, which basically are just 4/4s when Bellow's out, and just having a way to put on like additional game pieces that are gonna turn into such a powerful engine without having to spend any mana makes them an auto include. Even though they're like awkward if you draw them later, just the ability to have these like crazy starts is well worth that. It's worth it to go down on card advantage early because you're able to make it up so well in the late game with both your commander and other cards that you're playing. And then in addition to that, I'm also putting in Gemstone Cavern because, as you'll see soon, what's really important is to ramp mana early, so that way you can play Bellow because he's such an integral part to the game plan of the deck. So moving on, we have the game plan for turn 1, which is to ramp into Bellow. So we want to spend our turn 1 to add resources to the board that allows us to both cast Bellow on turn 2, and then start casting the 4 mana artifacts and enchantments on turn 3 to really accelerate our game plan. And so for this reason, I've included all of the 1 mana accelerants and even Mox Diamond and Chromox because they help you accelerate. And as I said before, it's okay to go down on cards early because you have such a good card advantage engine. And then that brings us to turn 2, where we're actually casting Bellow. And if you have like a ley line in play, you instantly can start attacking in and doing damage, which is really big and start having card advantage. And after that, we're going to start slamming down our 4 mana artifacts and enchantments. And I've divided these into different groupings. The first group is the vehicular devices. So raccoons obviously are great at driving, which is why all of these vehicles are such powerful cards. We get to play all really powerful or pushed vehicles in these decks because vehicles already want to be creatures. And so Bellow makes it so they don't have to be crude, and then also have haste, indestructible, and also make them draw a card whenever they deal combat damage. So the Floydian ship over here is great, where you exile someone's graveyard and then you can reanimate any card once you deal combat damage to a player, and you can just do that instantly. Same thing with Smuggler's Buggy, where it has Hideaway 4, so you look at the top 4 of your cards of your library, you exile one of them, and then when it deals combat damage to a player, you can cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. And if you do, you can return the card back to your hand. So in addition to drawing a card off of Bellow, you also get a cast card, and you can just repeatedly do this if you want to. And then one of the few cards that I left from the original Precon is Rollin Hamster Sphere, because it just was awesome. And I think that it's a must-have in the deck. Conqueror's Galleon is sort of mana ramp where you can sort of transform it into a land. Same thing with Horde Hauler, allowing you to make a bunch of treasures, and Azeka's Chariot is just such a busted card. It gives me nightmares when it was in Standard and in Pioneer. So of course I'm going to play it. And then in addition to vehicular devices, we also have to play Interaction, because we don't want to just get ran over. We're not doing exactly the fastest thing in the world, so we want to have at least some sort of interaction that sort of follows within the guidelines of the deck build constraints of Bellow. The only sort of not conforming to that removal is Song of the Dryads, because I just wanted a answer to any permanent, just to be able to have that, to be able to look for that. And then the Flux acts as similar sort of targeted removal, where a line Hedron network is able to exile all creatures with power 5 or greater. All of your elementals are only power 4, so they won't get exiled. Pyrohemia is able to sweep away small creatures really efficiently, if that ever is a problem. And Coercive Portal and Lava Floodgates are able to destroy all non-land permanents in the case of Coercive Portal, and do 6 damage to each creature with Lava Brink Floodgates. What's really cool is that for both of these, Bellow will make it so that your stuff doesn't die, because they all have indestructible. So it's going to be more one-sided than normally. And then, in addition to those, we're also playing bigger ramp. So in addition to the small 1-mana ramp, we're also playing these big 4-mana ramp pieces. Stuff like Hedron Archive, Gilded Lotus, Thran Dynamo, and Sarvok's Tome, which is actually vintage staple, so very powerful card. All just will help you with mana ramp. Then, in a similar sense, Frontier Siege, which on your first turn will generate you 2 mana, and then on your every other turn, it'll get you 2 mana on each of your main phases, so you get 4 mana. Nature's Will allow you to untap all of your lands whenever you hit in with one of your creatures, basically allowing you to double spell much more easily. Same thing with Mana Echoes, since all of your artifacts and enchantments are creatures, or elemental creatures. You can really make a lot of colorless mana to help you cast even more of your big expensive artifacts with all that colorless mana. Tempting Contract is a funny little one where you can give everyone a treasure, and then you get a treasure for each one that they made. Just kind of funny. Fires of Invention, very powerful card. Seems pretty cool, allowing you to double spell every single turn really efficiently. And with all the cards that you're drawing, you're always playing the most impactful cards when you play fires. And Case of the Locked Hothouse is ramp, in addition to also being card advantage once you've sort of converted all of the extra cards into like all the lands that you're drawn off of attack with all these cantripping or card drawn creatures. Lets you convert the lands from your hand onto the battlefield into a mana advantage. And then it also is just, a one-stop sort of shop for allowing you to cast a bunch of stuff off the top and providing a lot of card advantage. Which is, speaking of card draw, we have some, more generic card draw with Guardian Project and Greater Good. But then we also are introducing stuff like the Monarch with Court of Embreth, which is also just very powerful. And what only in 4-player games, it only matters that you have it, that you can take it back. So introducing the Monarch and having it stolen doesn't really matter as long as you can take it back. And this deck is really good at attacking in, because its stuff are 4/4s and indestructible. And in addition to that, we're also playing Flame Shadow Conjuring and Molten Echoes, which allow us to basically make copies of all of these for a turn. Like make a Fable or Kiki-Jiki tokens of all these value artifacts and enchantments, and be able to also attack in that turn and draw a card off of them attacking in. And then we have Roman Throne, which you would want to put on Elemental to double up all the card draw triggers from when you're attacking in and drawing a card off of the damage to a player. And then you also have Sunbird's Invocation, which just basically gives your spells Cascade, which is cool. And Path of Discovery is, sort of card advantage. It's also card selection. And Outpost Siege is, it does the thing. It exiles cards, and you can play those cards. And now we go on to winning the game, which is my favorite part of the game. The main way we win the game is through Primal Surge. And that's because, if you've noticed, I haven't mentioned a single instant or sorcery card. So, Primal Surge, putting everything onto the battlefield and making everything into a 4/4 is able to instantly, KO whoever. So I think that is just really fun. And then if you don't have Primal Surge, we also have combat enhancers like Unnatural Growth, doubling up the power and toughness of your creatures, Gruul War Champ, pumping up your creatures by 1 and also making them have menace, a Berserker's Onslaught, giving your creatures double strike, and then Gratuitous Violence, doubling up the damage that you're doing to these players. Also, we have Thickest in the Thicket, allowing you to buff up one of your artifacts or enchantments. And then also Defense of the Heart is also another just sort of free win the game card, where if you ever have, if your opponents ever have 3 or more creatures, you just get to search up, whatever combo you want in green and red to instantly win the game. So that's it. I think that you can pretty easily win the game if the attacking in with 4/4's plan isn't quite cutting it. And that is the deck tech. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making this deck. I'm really excited to play it myself, and I love raccoons, and I think that they're so cute. That is all. Bye bye.